All right. Here. Sure the button works right. I think it does. I forgot to get a drink, actually. That does not look like it worked right. Why you not want to work? All right, now that it's set up, now you'll work, right? So if I press that button, everybody gets to see me, right? Yeah, there we go. Hello, welcome in, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me. Hey, Cat. Hey, Showtime. You did make a smiley face. I heard. Oh, goodness gracious. I feel like I still forgot my things. I'm pretty sure I brought stuff out that I didn't put on the table, and I don't know where I put it. I'm going insane. I'm really quiet today. Let me move the mic. Is that better? Is that less quiet? Okay, that's what I figured. Has to be closer. That's fine. How am I supposed to make a charcuterie board without a charcuterie board? I think I did. I think I done forgot it. Surprise stream. Yeah, we had a doctor's appointment today, so I wasn't able to get everything up in the time that I wanted to get it up. So, surprise! There was a schedule. I was supposed to post it. But I was doing videos. Okay. Cucumber. Sorry, I'm being told it's still quiet. But yeah, I'm gonna call this about an average size cucumber. Why would you think that's long? That's kind of weird. Let me check my levels. My levels are topping out in the red, so I'm where I'm supposed to be volume-wise. Okay. Penalea was worried too, but I think she has the volume down low, so. Okay. Hot. Well, I mean, you know, it's a cucumber. He said cucumber. Look, if it's supposed to be a euphemism, I'm not getting it. Totally don't understand. Okay, so Cat requested some no-cook food. And I've got hungry little kids inside, so I'm gonna start with the easiest no-cook food, which is just a charcuterie board. We've got a bunch of random selected cheeses here. It's a cucumber. It's an English cucumber, technically. Really? Damn, Cat. You're unemployed. That's wild. I'm sorry, Cat. I ain't no scientist, no botanist. That's crazy, Cat. I'm sorry to hear it. I honestly forgot until we were talking there that, yeah, today's Monday, isn't it? Damn. How you doing? That's a lot. A lot to just deal with. Okay, so normally it wouldn't be this wasteful with the strawberries because there's a lot of strawberry meat there, but these strawberries are already getting kind of low. Not, you'll be okay. I certainly hope so, because that's not fun. It's unfortunate. It truly is. That's crazy, man. So wait, does that mean they found that, or like in their findings, they decided that you did? Or did they just let you go for liability purposes or potential liability purposes? What? Wild. All right, so we're just gonna slice up some strawberries here. Pretty basic stuff. Again, you don't have to talk anything about it if you don't want to, Cat. It's just, you know, I'm wrapping my head around it as it is brand new to me. I'm sure you're going through the whole gamut of emotions on that, so. We can talk about something else, like strawberries. Who likes strawberries around here? More importantly, Canada's about the same. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say Canada would get strawberries on the regular. I assume you guys don't grow too many strawberries on the regular, though, because the frost. Well, no, where you're at, it's not too bad. Like, temperate-wise. White chocolate? We're back on the white chocolate. You know, I actually got... What was it? I forget who was saying that. Cookies and cream bar, though, to try. Oh, they didn't even tell you? Oh. Without cause? That looks good for you, though. Oh, we're gonna put mustard on it, don't worry. No, that's for the other part of it. So I figured I would make a salad, a only cut up kind of thing, and then a small like hand appliance style meal. So we have a variety of different things to no cook, just not using heat kind of situation. Yeah. Investigations. Okay, and then we'll just do another fan over here. Oh, that one just plopped out. We're totally fanning it out. Totally. I would assume as much. Were you laid off? I thought I heard that when you said that. Were you laid off, or was it fully fired? I think he might have missed some of the work drama. So yeah, charcuterie board is your own version of veggies, fruits, meats, and cheeses. Oh, you're fully fired. Dang. Well, at least it sort of is. I mean, firing you without cause is more of a better reflection. When like a potential new employer sees you. TPS. That's crazy. Still crazy. Like, how do they investigate that exactly? Like, obviously, there's just going to be like, did you ever see this? You know, kind of thing. But how do you do that in a non-biased way? Did you see Miss Cat do this at any point? Right? Yeah, that's like the only things I would think of and try to find anecdotal evidence around it, but yeah. Oh yeah, there's camera evidence and stuff too. Oh, imagine them having to pour over so many hours of camera. No camera. Well, then what the hell are they investigating? I guess the history of the parent/child lying, your history. Or is this just like investigation in name only? That's crazy. Not cool. Well, in sort of different news, my kiddo got diagnosed with ADHD. Not a huge surprise. Oh, it was a coworker. And okay, so they have less to diagnose it, or less to investigate at least. As far as what I was thinking. Oh my goodness. You know, there's something I learned recently, or realized recently, with the cats in the house now this summer. I can't exactly just open the garage because they'll just run out the front. So I need to figure out some way of holding it down so the cats don't just rush out the front or the garage door when I try to open it. That's proving to be difficult. All right, so I got sweet peppers, I've got strawberries, we got some feta here, which I'm gonna leave in the container. Doesn't look as fancy, but I don't think we're gonna eat all this feta by any amount of means. So we'll just leave this in its container. We've also got pita bread, which no cook, so I'm not making. It's already made. Just very traditional in the bag pita bread. So I'm just going to cut that into triangles. Working around a microphone is so odd. I can, for the most part, I can control how far up it goes. Yeah. It's just kind of like pressing the same button, timing it kind of thing. So I can stop it at various heights. Not exactly precise per se, but yeah, I need to get like, we've already got a screen door from last year. So I think I'm just going to get bricks at the bottom of it so they can't like immediately run out. And then some kind of gate or something for the store right here so the cat, but they really like it out here. When I'm editing and whatnot, Ouija's out here trying to hide under everything. And it's kind of hilarious to watch. And also nerve-wracking because she started hiding in like underneath our cabinets and behind them because she found some little holes back there. So I had to block them off so she wouldn't get hurt. there's kind of already that, but yeah, we have chicken wire. So, I mean, like, I could just use chicken wire. It's just kind of costly, you know? I have a feeling that weighting down the, like, magnet screen door at the bottom would make it so they dash into it and it would basically act like a wall and they'd be like, burn. Which would be hilarious to watch the first couple times, but then they'd figure it out real quick, so. There's more strawberries on this side. Yeah, screw it. They'll figure it out inside. Okay. As far as meats, I have prosciutto, which prosciutto, I didn't cut this myself, but this is pork belly, same place that bacon comes from. It's just really thinly sliced. And so it's not as salty, but it's got that similar flavor profile. All the eggs commands, I did not know that. I thought I turned them off. Baba. I will fix that in a moment. I thought I turned those off. That does make sense, though. It was especially hard getting all set up today because Rosie Go wanted to sell cookies in front of the house, which is fine sounding, but she just wanted to do it like now. We had zero chance to set up, zero chance to prepare and that kind of stuff. So she just wanted to go, 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 go. Yeah. Yeah, you can still mix it in for sure. It's just out here if you want to come grab it. All right, that is capicola, capa for short. That is the pork shoulder region, different than the belly. And that one is cured. And then last we have some pretty notable ones. We have some salami here. And some pepperoni. What is? Your dressing? Okay, I'm not gonna deal with that right now. Kiddos can deal with that when they get to it. Last little bit, I forgot a towel again. How do I forget kitchen towels every time? Hey, Penalea, could you bring me a couple of those orange or green kitchen towels? My hands are slimy. Oh, man. So after this, I'm going to make a little bit of a hummus and then what's called a panzanea, which is just like a bread salad. Got a loaf of bread here that's pretty crusty. It's where you would go with stale. Pretty stale. So, it's right there. Yes, yes. But yes, so panzanea is a bread, tomato, cucumber salad. So the liquids from the vegetables soak into the bread and rehydrate it. And the bread, it becomes not too hard to chew, but not so soft it's mushy. And it's kind of a traditional rustic, like farmer salad. You toss it all in a vinaigrette as well. But that will be afterwards. Oh yes, and I picked this up because I really wanted to see it. This is uncured chorizo, which I am interested in as far as meat goes, because it's like a Spanish chorizo, where it's really firm, like a sausage, like a summer sausage. But I can't smell it, so. Perfect for a charcuterie board. Ooh, it smells spicy. Okay. I'm just gonna slice a couple of thin slices off of this, and then we'll have the rest of this later, because I don't think the kids are gonna necessarily like it. Penalea, definitely try some. I'll love this, I'm sure. I can just smell it already. Chorizo, if you didn't know, is a heavily spiced. It's got paprika, it's got little bits of garlic and chili powder and that kind of stuff. It's really yummy. Okay. Put these. All right, and last little bits is going to be the cheeses. So, Kat, what's your plan? Do you have a plan? Have you even thought that far ahead? Or is it because, I mean, what, it's been, I guess, like 10 hours-ish, a little bit more. All right, so we've got a Gouda that's made with clover. Clover honey Gouda. Gouda, if you didn't know, is a little bit smoky of a cheese. So a little, it's a little on the softer side, but it stays and holds its shape very well, especially if you try to like melt it. So it's a softer, yet still firm cheese. It's got little notes of smoke. And this one smells like honey. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this one's just squishing. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be kind of life ruining. Wow, this person, I mean, I get, you know, I'm a mandatory reporter and that kind of stuff too. I don't know if you guys have that up there. I'm assuming you do. They have a set of laws down here which you have to report any signs of abuse if you see them. You know, obvious reasons. But it's called being a mandatory reporter. Honey was perfect. Good. Okay. This is really interesting cheese. Oh, man. Oh, this one. I'm excited for this one, especially with chorizo. This is an Asiago cheese with rosemary in it. Asiago is akin to Parmesan. It's not quite in the same area, but it is a cousin. It's a real close cousin. So it's a hard, salty cheese. And it's got rosemary in it, which, geez-a-loo, that is some strong rosemary. All I smell is rosemary in that. The rosemary is very subtle unless you get to the end of it, which I'm fine with. Honestly, I want more rosemary. Like, if I'm just gonna eat slices of cheese, I want more lunch. This one lingers, though. Okay. So once again, these are all just cheeses we acquired locally. You can substitute out any cheeses that you want. All around. Whichever meats you want, whichever cheeses you want. You can even put chips or crackers instead of pita bread. Toast them, don't toast them. Slices of bread instead, however you wish to do it. Oh. Kat, do you have a favorite cheese? this is a cheese I've never heard of before. No. Sheep's milk cheese. So this is a French word. Esquirrou, esquirrou, which it supposedly is a nutty, weedy sheep's cheese. I have never heard of this. I was intrigued, so I grabbed it. Nutty and weedy. You don't have like a go-to, like you like Parmesan on your pizza or, you know, spaghetti or something like that, or pasta, I should say. There we go. Okay, I can see the nutty. I can see the nutty. Cheddar. There you go. We're kind of spoiled where we are because we've got a lot of like wineries. So we've also got a lot of local cheesemongers that work with said wineries. So we end up with a lot of like local cheeses we can try and experimental cheeses and that kind of stuff. I had a chocolate blue cheese at one point when I was working at the bar, which was the strangest thing I've ever heard of. Yeah, this is very cheddary. It's more like a mild cheddar. Little bits of nutty, but mild cheddar. All right, so there's a charcuterie board. And like I said, that's, you know, that's pretty much the easiest no-cook I could think of, the more popular one right now, but it's just, you know, breads or crackers, cheeses, meats, fruits and veggies. If I really wanted to go all out, I'd grab some green stuff and put some green stuff in there, like little bundles of kale and some herbs and that kind of stuff. But this is a really simple version that I can go throw in front of everybody in there and they can actually eat. So we're gonna go do that really quick, and then I'll be right back. Pictures. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, I was so close to forgetting to take any pictures of that, and that would have been a tragedy. Okay, so next no cook is gonna be hummus. Now, originally I was like hummus to go with the charcuterie board because obvious reasons. It's really good, but Penalea did the shopping and just grabbed pre-made hummus. So, you know, not exactly a cooking show or food show. If I don't tell you how to do it, even though we have done hummus. But I'm gonna do a quick cheater version to add in, bulk up the stuff we already got. So, I just have an immersion blender here. It's a hand blender. Before you say it, I know what it looks like. It's not my fault. I didn't design it that way. But anyways, little hand blender. That is going to just do exactly what it sounds like. Blend all these things together. We've got a can of chickpeas. I've got some fresh, this is garlic, but garlic and tahini. Got salt right here, got pepper if I need it. I'm gonna do two things. First, I'm gonna drain all the liquid and save the liquid. And then second, I'm going to put all of the beans without the liquid in here. So first things first, I'm the realist. Now, the reason this is, if you don't remember from last time we made hummus, this bean juice or aquafaba, it's just bean water, provides kind of that thickening, hydrating agent. If we just put the beans in as it is, it would become a really thick paste. So this thins it out and makes it more into a dippable soup. The tahini is going to help with that, but this makes it more dippable. But we don't want to necessarily use all of it. So I'm going to leave the last little bits in there. Just go straight into the can. One of the good things about, I would say everything but the charcuterie board, is they're relatively cheap. Cheeses and meats is, you know, high proteins. That's where you're going to get your expensiveness from. So these next couple recipes are really cheap and easy. Okay, chickpeas. Take some tahini. Now this is not exactly measured. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. From this point, I'm gonna toss in a little bit of aquafaba, and then if it needs to be thinned out, I'll put in a little more, because you can't take out, but you can always add more in. So we start by adding a little bit, and a little bit. And this is just garlic. Tahini, think peanut butter, but instead of peanuts, they use sesame. That's a very rudimentary version, but that's basically what it is. Tahini is sesame paste. So it's the same idea. They crush up toasted sesame seeds and a little bit of the oil and that kind of stuff, and they make it into a paste. When you get it, it's like a natural peanut butter where you have to like really stir the oil to separate it and get it all together until it becomes like a mixture like this. But it is a very common Middle Eastern staple in a lot of foods, especially in hummus. You know, for now, that's going to go up front. Looks like strawberries because it's covered in strawberry. But yeah, so tahini, sesame paste. All right, so that's, again, just 1 can of garbanzo beans, about half a cup, 2/3 of a cup of tahini, and about 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to try and make sure the mic doesn't pick this up. We'll see, though. Oh, duh. Helps if you plug it in. So one of the things about a hand appliance is you do have to use the electrical part to, well, do electrical things with it. And now that I've put it in here, it's going to fall out because I'm dumb. There we go. Okay, anyways. Now we turn it on. All right, so that's a little thick, like I said, so I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit of aquafaba. And I'm doing this by eye and by feel. I want it to be able to blend like it's a liquid. I could use a blender or a food processor if I have that, but this is small amounts. Because it's a directional mic. It's facing this way. And I have it programmed to hit specific sounds and that kind of stuff, so. Like, I'm sure if I talk at the same time, it would definitely pick it up. See, we can try this. I don't know if that hears it. It might not. All right, so that's still a little thick, but not too bad. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more. Now, you can add a splash of lemon, some fresh parsley, some salt and pepper, paprika. It's just witchcraft. I have some idea what I'm doing with streaming. Just some. But yeah, so flavor this as you will. You could put, at this point, you could add like sun-dried tomatoes. You could add roasted peppers, that kind of stuff, blend it up in there, and that'll change the flavor profile. Or you can keep it as is. Entirely up to you. Chorizo hits, good. I kind of figured it would. It smells delicious. Gonna put a big pinch of salt. Pinch and a half. Badoo, Rightful Badoo comes in here and will open this up and grab a pinch of salt and just eat it. Almost every time he comes in here, he does it. And it's hilarious. Yeah, pickle flavor would be good. A little bit of vinegar balances out the richness. It's really kind of like a blank slate. Okay. And that's going to be good for hummus. All in all, that hummus right there, that's what? Coming out to 400 mils. Yeah, about 350 mils, about 1.5 cups in Freedom units. All in all, this probably cost me $2, maybe $3 if we're looking at expensive tahini. But and that's all the effort it took me to make. Really simple, not much to cook. Meanwhile, this much, which is 255 grams or 9 ounces, which probably... If I have powder? That's different. I would say probably a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half per clove in powder form. If I have garlic, I would use about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit like a heaping tablespoon for a clove. And then for fresh, I would use probably 2. Oh man. This is just basic hummus. This stuff's so white. All right, well, comparatively, I think this was like 3 times the price as that. So that's something. Do with that information what you will. Like I said, adding in your various little bits is only going to cost you a couple, like maybe $1 if you really go heavy, but like 1 pickle or not even 1 pickle isn't going to cost you very much. Like, you can make hummus really cheap and easy. And it does last a good time. Like, I wouldn't keep it in there longer than a week for sure. But if you're gonna hold it in your fridge, you could hold it for 3 to 5 days at least. Not a bad make-ahead meal kind of thing. Some pita, couple bucks. Yeah, that's crazy. The difference between those two right there. They are the same thing. Different name for same product. Chickpeas is just what we call them from the South. But it literally says garbanzo beans. And then if you look over here, it says, yeah, no, garbanzo beans is just the name of it. Chickpeas is just what they call it down south. There is the classic joke about, you know, difference between chickpea and garbanzo bean and If you know it, then you know it. If not, I'll leave it in Discord. Okay, well, that's hummus. I guess I never really tried it. Yeah, no, it's great. Really simple, really hummusy, beany, garlicky, not overpoweringly so, but it's there. Really good. That's going to be hummus. Like I said, this one's not a sponsor or anything. We just got that one. Your cheesies? Is that like cheese crackers? Oh, no, wait. Those are... Oh, I know what those are. I remember this. You like them. They're the... Yeah, they're like the puffed chip cheeses, right? That sucks. All of them? That's wild. I'll be right back. Gonna drop this inside. Good. I was gonna say, if it's any more than that, that's rude. They don't need that much. Yeah, they don't need more than one. Okay, so last little bit, and I totally forgot a giant mixing bowl. Penalea, if you're listening, can I request a very large mixing bowl, please? Largest we got. This one, again, is one of those really cheap, simple ones to make. Hello, welcome in. How's it going? So this is one of those easy ones to make. We're going to start with the veggies, finish with the bread. But I need a rather large bowl. Thank you. I totally forgot. Needed to get him inside. That makes sense. Waffles is starting to do similar. Okay, you know what? Actually, I lied. I'm going to start with making the balsamic. Oh, you're good, babe. Thank you so much. I'm going to start with making a, like... Since I already have my hand blender... No, you know what? We'll do a shaky one. We'll shake up a vinaigrette. A vinaigrette. We'll shake up a vinaigrette. So I got some balsamic. I've got some mustard. I've got some honey, some salt and pepper, and some olive oil. I'm going to put all of those into here, and I'm just going to put a lid on this and shake the hell out of it to make a really rudimentary vinaigrette. You want to use roughly twice as much oil to vinegar, and then the mustard's going to hold it together with the honey. Oh, that's right. I remember you saying that. Ours is just a little yappy dog next door. Actually, there's a rat too, somewhere, but Ratatouille. Ours is just a yappy dog that's been there forever. Nowhere near a coyote. Okay. So I'm gonna get a good amount of honey. About a tablespoon and a half. That's going to provide, like I said, some of the body and a lot of the flavor. It's going to counteract the vinegar. Because if you don't know, balsamic is a very powerful flavor. A couple grinds of black pepper. I want this fresh, intense flavor. How the hell did I get muted? Yes, balsamic vinegar, yummy. How the hell did this get muted? You are too sensitive. Yeah, I grew up on balsamic vinegar for various things though, so I'm I wouldn't say a snob, but I do prefer balsamic vinegar for like cheese boards and that kind of stuff. Okay, and then a good pinch of salt. Malt vinegar is what we usually put on our fries. If you're gonna put vinegar on fries down here, it's gonna end up being malt vinegar, which is... It's hard to describe the flavors between vinegar. So you've got fruity from balsamic, and you've got white, which is just very acrid and punchy in flavor. Malt vinegar is similar with a... Yeah. Did make a white balsamic. Oh, that's what she likes? Okay, yeah. They're very similar in color, so I get the confusion. But yeah. Already, it's not separated, it's coming together. Just shake it up a few times, get all that honey, get all that mustard work together. Mustard is a natural emulsifier, so it'll bring the two, the watery component and the fat component together. But yeah, boom. Really easy cheater balsamic vinaigrette. Takes no effort at all. Again, like a couple teaspoons of mustard, double the oil to balsamic ratio, salt, pepper, honey, and you've got a really quick, easy vinaigrette. So that's gonna go on our salad here. Yeah, it's not as common, but there is, when you go to like a fish shop, when you go to fish and chips kind of thing, like fried fish, they usually serve it with malt vinegar, more for the fish than the potato, but people do eat it for both. So if you're in a seaside town, you'll get less weird looks. But yeah, it is weird. I mean, yeah, we would consider it weird, but it's not weird, sorry. That processed after I said it. Okay, so like I said, we have a slightly squeezable, but very crusty piece of bread, couple days old. We want to cut this into about bite-sized pieces. So we're looking for something like this. Think like croutons. A good-sized crouton. We want to toss these in. This is going to be the base of our salad. Crusty doesn't sound appetizing with bread? You want crust. You want a nice, crispy, crunchy crust. I mean, we all have our own associations with various words and that kind of stuff, but... Yeah, I mean, in most contexts, you don't want crusty food. Yeah, she can come help. I'm at a very cutty part, but she can come help. Have her bring out a spoon. Okay, I'm gonna use most of this loaf. I'm not gonna use all of it, just because, even though it's a little on the crusty side, we don't need that much salad. It is. Yeah, it is bread salad. This was one of those recipes that's used to use up old things back in the day. Like I said, very rustic, very farmer-oriented. The salad part will come in a moment. You'll see. It'll make perfect sense. Hi. What? Walking? Not running. Walking. Thank you. Sit down to my left here. You can bring kitty poo all you wish. Remember, we're talking towards this microphone here. You can say hi. You can use your words. Saying hi is usually involving words. Oh, all right. Scoot you over here. Okay. Now, so like I said, bread is going to be the base of our salad. The reason is, again, you want the crusty, dried, hard bread so you can absorb a lot of the liquid from the vinaigrette, from the tomato, and from the cucumber. Don't make fun of me. You're out here to help, not make fun. Yeah, goofball. Yeah, goof. Cat says hello. Okay. Have you ever heard of bread soup, Cat? It's a similar concept. They make bread soup. Yes, and bread is one of the main ingredients. You cook old bread inside of a broth, and then you take either a hand mixer or a blender, or you just cook it long enough that it breaks down and thickens the soup. And then you put in garlic and onion, and then croutons. Don't encourage the child. Good, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yummy, yummy in your tummy. Did you bring a spoon? You forgot the spoon? That's okay. We don't necessarily need it right now. That's okay. I don't think Mom heard me. Now, these are English cucumbers. Normally, if you were using pothouse cucumbers, the not... oh, no, we're not skipping the cucumber. The non-ridged cucumbers with a bitter skin, you would peel some of that skin off, but a lot of the nutrients are in this. Also, using the hothouse, the thicker ones, there's more of a seeds. This has more flesh, so I'm not going to worry about it too much, especially since she forgot to bring a spoon. I'm just going to cut these in half and cut them into like little crescent moons. But normally this is the point where I would take a spoon and rack out all of the seeds. You like to eat the seeds because they're small.
Again.
Makes sense. Like I said, you can peel these and he can come out too. So many jokes. But usually you'll see this with peeled cucumber. That just peeling potatoes, peeling cucumbers, peeling that kind of stuff is kind of one of those lap of luxury mindsets. A lot of the nutrients and a lot of the value from apples, from especially potatoes and cucumbers and stuff, come from the peels. So you very much can, but I am not going to be. Walking and watch out for the cords on the ground, remember? Go that way. Go around. Good job, good job. Can you possibly go around me, Rosie, go and sit on the other side of me? I know it's kind of difficult, but there's enough room. Okay, on your booty. Okay. What is what for? The buttons? That is so that I can control the stream without having to be by my computer. It's called a Stream Deck. It gives me all sorts of stuff. The unicorn button launches all of the stuff. The flashy blinky button tells me that I'm online right now. This one tells I'm going to the end or not. This one can turn on emotes. This one takes a clip. This one is if bad people come in, I can turn on shield. If they're mean and they're trying to troll and break the stream. And this one is so I can zoom in. Boop.
You zoomed in?
And I can zoom out to normal. Let's zoom out, zoom in. Let's not touch them, okay? I know they're very blinky and very in your face, and that's very tempting to touch all the buttons, I know. What is the what? The shield one is to protect me if people come in and start being bad. It makes it so that people can't say things if I don't want them to. There is. The middle button is a big blinky rainbow light. Too much for you? That makes sense. What's that? That one turns stream off and nobody gets to see the video anymore. Yes. Don't. Nope. I know you weren't, but I don't want you to accidentally do it. You got real close. Okay. Tomato, same thing. I'm going to cut these into relatively large pieces. This is a large, chunky salad. So we've got large pieces of cucumber, we've got large pieces of tomato, and we got large pieces of bread. Soft on soft, right? Some people do, some people don't. Like I said before, you can use toasted pita, chips, crackers, however you want. But you know, good soft on soft is fun every so often. It's quite enjoyable. Did you just say potato? This is a tomato, girl. Are you watching yourself? I have a feeling you're watching yourself in the screen here. If you were to make a bread salad, you'd take all the salad parts out and just have bread? I think you kind of missed the point on that one, but you know. A vinaigrette style bread is not bad. Dipping it in oil and balsamic. All right. So like I said, then we're going to take our vinaigrette. We're going to toss this whole thing together. Boom, salad's done. You could add a little bit of lettuce in this if you wanted to. This is really just this. It's rustic. It's fresh. It's good. Hey, kiddos. Hey. They're watching themselves in the viewer that I have over here. All right, kiddos. Hey. Let's go ahead and head inside, guys. We're almost all done here. I'm just going to toss this up and say bye. Love you. Ooh, careful. Okay, so we have our balsamic from earlier. I'm gonna eyeball this. Remember, the bread is gonna soak in a lot of this. I'm not gonna use all of it. And just toss this all together. The salt is gonna hit these veggies and it's gonna start leaching out some of its water into the bread. But this is a good way to use up old bread. Instead of throwing out a loaf of bread because it got too stale and hard, you can toss it into a vinaigrette with lots of cucumber, lots of lettuce if you want to, some fresh tomato. That's it. As this sits, more of the liquid will seep out, more of the bread will soak it in. Still got a little bit of balsamic. Oh, that balsamic's good. But yeah, just take a fork to this, get a chunk of each. A good thing to do with this is get... That's good. Mozzarella pearls, or just shred up large pieces of fresh mozzarella. Put it over your salad when you serve it. But yeah. Panzanea. A little bit of a rustic salad, no cook, minimal effort. Again, if you look this up, you'll find recipes that are peeled cucumbers. You'll find, you know, some have peppers, some have that kind of stuff. Really, it's just about using the bread up and using a bunch of fresh veggies. I'm glad you like the hummus. Look, there's not a lot you can do no cook. There's fresh proteins in cheeses, and then there's preserved meats, but I can't just keep doing preserved meats and bread. Salad without the salad. Salad's kind of like the biggest no-cook thing that you could no-cook. I hate to break it to you. Believe it or not, honestly, Besides the large amount of cheese on the other board here, this is all pretty healthy. Especially if it's fresh. Good for macros, that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go in and eat. That's my goal. Take some more pictures, post them online. Foodful Ender on Instagram, eventually on TikTok, all that kind of stuff. What's a good alternative for pasta? That's true. It's no cook if you buy a rotisserie chicken. I mean, technically it was cooked, but yeah, you're right. You're right. No cook. The bread was also technically cooked. A good alternative for pasta. So pasta is just like carbs, 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 carbs. They do make a low carb, gluten-free style pasta. So if you're trying to alternate away from that, it really depends on what kind of pasta you're making. If it's like with a red meaty sauce, you could do potatoes, like less than you think you would need on that. But potatoes, like I said, with the skin on, are very nutritive, but they still have a lot of carb. You could do whole wheat pastas or gluten-free pastas, kind of a thing. You tend to have more sugar, so you want to do things that are whole. Rice and brown rice specifically is, again, a whole grain or multi-grain rice. Oh. Multi-grain rice is a good one too. It really depends on what kind of pasta you're making. If you're making like a red pasta, if you're making, I would go with like meat-based, that kind of stuff. I would go with like a potato. A small amount of potato, just either chunks of potato baked or, you know. If you're making a lighter colored pasta sauce, you could try like a fresh made loaf of bread, cut it up into fairly large croutons and then toast them in the pan. And then just coat that in the sauce. It's really, pasta is a staple, so it's really hard to like alternate staples out. That's like, you know, what's an alternative for salt? I mean, technically like soy sauce, but that's just got a lot of salt in it. It's a staple, you know. But think along the lines of things that have carbs. If it's got carbs in it, you can probably alternate it out for other carbs. And then you can do like one of the like virally trendy things is spaghetti squash, where you just bake a squash or zucchini, which is also a type of squash, but specifically I think it's called spaghetti squash. I don't know the like botanical name for it, but you bake it and then you take a fork to it and it strings apart into almost like noodles. But you could make squash into noodles fairly easily. And it sounds like what it would be. It tastes like squash, it feels like squash, but it is a noodle shape. So that's a good way to get veggies instead of noodles on that. But again, squash is fairly carb centric. So yeah, really depends on where you want to go with that. But I am going to go ahead and go in because I am starving. So yeah, that's going to be it for stream today. I will be posting the schedule that I was supposed to post earlier today right after this, I promise. Well, right after I eat. And then I just posted a video today on multiple channels. I'll be posting another video probably on Wednesday. I'll be recording it tonight. And then yeah, we'll be back on stream tomorrow on the regular time, regular place, Rightful Ender, both Twitch and YouTube. But otherwise, thanks for coming out, everybody. Oh, check out the Discord if you want to suggest more streams, more foods to make on stream and that kind of stuff. Otherwise, go to rightfulender.com. It's got all the information you need there. We'll catch you next time, guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Yes.